Today you will learn how to evaluate an algebraic expressions, and in your notebook make sure that you are writing 6.1 evaluate expressions. This goes chapter 6. Pause the video at any time to read the question and then start the question together. So the rate is given as 17 miles per hour. So what you're going to do is you're going to write miles and hour. So 17 miles the penguin can swim in 1 hour. 17 miles per hour means 1. So the question is asking how many miles can a penguin swim in 4 hours. So this is 4 and it belongs where the word hour is. So the last one is your m, which is missing. So you need to cross over and multiply. 1 multiplies m to give you 1m. Cross over and multiply. 17 times 4 is going to give you 68 equal 68. Then all you have to do is divide by 1 on both sides, or if you understand, any number multiplied by 1 is going to give you back the number again. So 1 times m is just m equals 68. And in this case, you want to write the word that goes with the 68. So you're going to go back to the miles. Miles is the one that was missing. So I'm going to attach the word miles. Now pause the video, read the question. Let's begin together. The company charges $6 to make a pattern for an order of t-shirts and $11 for each t-shirt. Number one, you have to understand that you need to underline the key phrases. So it takes $6 to make a pattern. So that's the one information that is given from here. The second information is it takes $11 for each t-shirt. Those are the only two information that is given, and they are asking you to write an expression to represent the situation. Now, $6 to make a pattern and $11 for each t-shirt. You do not know how many t-shirts you have. So anytime you come across the word each, I'm going to highlight and show you, anytime you come across the word each, that particular material or item always takes a variable, a letter. So this I'm going to write it as 11 T. T stands for the t-shirt. So it's going to cost you $6 plus 11 T to represent the situation, and this is the algebraic expression that they are asking you to refer back to. Now the same question, pause the video, understand the question, let's begin together. The expression, so in this case the expression is given to you. It is a continuation from the previous one. Whenever the expression or an equation is given to you, that will always be your starting point. So now once you figure out the expression in this case, your second step in this case is to find out what the n stands for. Always make sure that you write what the variable represents. So now let's go back to the question and say represents the cost of n t-shirts. So n stands for the number of t-shirts. And now let's read the question. They're asking you to find the total cost for 5 t-shirts. So this expression represents the cost. So the cost in this case is 11n plus 6. The expression 11n plus 6 represents the cost. So the cost is actually given by the expression 11n plus 6. So now, once you find out the cost is this, n stands for the t-shirts, they're asking you find the total cost, which means they want you to find this for 5 t-shirts. So now n is 5. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to replace n by 5. Make sure that you use the parenthesis. Parenthesis refers to you're multiplying. 11n means 11 times n. So you multiply before you can add or subtract. Your addition and subtraction should be the last step. So 11 times 5 gives you 55. 55 plus 6 is going to give you $61 for the cost. Make sure that you write every single thing that I am writing in your notebook. Okay, this is the type of a question that will be on your FCAT. Pause the video, read the question, understand the question, and let's begin together. So now the perimeter P can be found using the expression. So once again, try and understand that your starting point is the expression or the equation. So once you start from the expression, now you need to find out what these letters stand for. So I need to go and find what P is, what L is, what W is. So let's go back to the question. L represents a length. So my L is the length. W represents a width. So W stands for the width. P, the perimeter P. So my P is actually the perimeter. Now let's read the question. So if a rectangle has a length of 7 feet, so I'm going to replace my L as 7 and the width is 6 feet. So I'm going to replace my width as 6. They are asking me what is the perimeter. So this is what they are asking me to find. So now let's go back and replace. So P is what they want us to find. 2, we keep it as it is. L takes on the number 7 because it is given to us. Plus 2. W takes on the number 6. So now you need to multiply before you can add or subtract. Keep that in mind. Addition or subtraction must be the last step. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 6 is 12. 14 plus 12 is going to be 26. Pause the video, read the question, understand the question. Let's begin together. Once again, in this case, the expression is a starting point. So you are starting at 1.8C plus 32, but you need to understand what the expression stands for. So the normal boiling point of water in degrees Fahrenheit can be calculated. So this will be the normal boiling point expression. Once you understand the expression as your starting point, you need to find out what the variable stands for. So C is what you need. So C represents the normal boiling point of water in degrees Celsius. So this is the degrees in Celsius. So now they're asking you what is the normal boiling point of water in degrees Fahrenheit, which is what the expression is given. So keep in mind, in degrees Fahrenheit can be calculated using the expression. So this is for the Fahrenheit expression. So C represents in degrees Celsius. Now let's go back. They want you to find the Fahrenheit. So they are giving you 100 degrees Celsius. So C is now 100. So all you have to do is 1.8, replace your C by 100 plus 32. Once again, I repeat, you need to multiply before you can add or subtract. So you're going to multiply 1.8 times 100. So I'm just going to add the two zeros at the end. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. Move the decimal point once, bring it down, bring it back in. So this is going to be 180 plus 32. 180 plus 32 adds up to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. All these questions are FCAT questions, so make sure that you are pausing the video, understanding the question, and let's begin together. So once again, in this case, I'm going to highlight and show you the expression is your starting point. You need to understand what the expression stands for. The cost of the shirt in American dollars can be calculated. So the cost in American dollars can be calculated. So this is the dollars. So the dollars is given as an expression 1.49E. Once you figure the expression as your starting point, you need to find out what the E is. So let's go back to the question. So E represents the cost in euros. So euros is the money that is used in Europe. So E stands for Europe. E stands in euros. So they're asking you what is the list price in American dollars. So they basically want you to calculate this. So let's see. Bob found an Italian soccer shirt with a cost of 60 euros. So E is given as 60. So all you have to do is 1.49, replace your E by 60. Make sure that you put the parenthesis. 1.49E means 1.49 multiplies the number that you replace for E. So you got 1.49 times 60. and you're going to put the 0 in the end, and 9 times 6 is 54. So finish your multiplication in this case, and you're going to get 9, 8 with the carryover 2. Now the last place in this case is you move the decimal point once, twice, bring it back in once, twice. So the cost is going to be 89.40. So what this really represents is, if Bob were to spend 60 euros, that would be $89.40 in the US dollars. Okay, this question is a simple and easy question, so don't be disappointed by the size of the question. Pause the video, read the question, understand the question. This is actually a simple one. So once again, the starting point is your expression. The expression is given here, and the expression F represents. So they're telling you F stands for the number of square feet. So that is your F. So F stands for the square feet. So in this expression, F represents the number of square feet. So the question is asking you if the brand of paint the manager has selected will cover 450 square feet. So your F actually is 450. So all you have to do is 7200 divided by 450. Keep in mind this is your division symbol. So you're basically dividing 7200 divided by 450. It goes in ones, and that is going to be 450. Make sure that you're borrowing. So you're going to get 270. Bring the 0 down, and this is going to be 62700. And the answer in this case is 16. Now, pause the video, understand the question. Simple question, easy question, but an FCAT question. So the number of cards remaining in the deck after dealing can be calculated using the expression below. So this expression is actually for the number of cards remaining in the deck. So that is what the expression stands for. So once you understand your expression is your starting point, you need to find out what the P stands for. So they are giving you P represents the number of players. So how many players are in the game is for P. So the question is asking you how many cards remain in the deck after Desmond deals a hand of cards to 4 players. So P stands for the players, and the number of players in this case is 4. So all you have to do is 52 minus 6, open parenthesis, replace P by 4. Substitute the number for P. Now keep in mind, you cannot add or subtract until you multiply or divide. 6 times 4 is 24. This is the most important step. You need to multiply before you can add or subtract. Addition and subtraction must be the last step. So 52 minus 24, make sure that you're borrowing, and in this case it's going to come to 28. So this means 28 cards remain in the deck, and that will be the answer.